Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to give you guys an update on what has been going on with me as a new grad. So it's going to be about 2 months this month. It just now hit December, so it's December, December 3rd today? No, December 2nd today. It's Wednesday, and I've been taking a little break. I was supposed to work this past Saturday and Sunday, and I decided to call off on Sunday and just chill. I've been off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, and then I'm going back to work Thursday, Friday. And then this weekend I have it off, back to work on Monday. And so prior to that, it's just been stressful. As stressful as it can be being a new grad. I've been trying to expand my skills. I've been having a lot of patients that I've never been exposed with, conditions that I've never been exposed to. My last night on the floor, I had a patient that was just lethargic and couldn't take his medications, but was flailing his arms all over the place. And I had to get him down to dialysis. Nobody helped me wheel this bed down to dialysis. And it was just tough. Aside from that, we have one CNA on the floor for everyone, and it was hard. I was just a few nights before that, I remember crying before coming into work because it was just too much. For somebody like me who has been working since she was 16, and working day shift hours, and then having to spend your whole day with your family and then have to get up and go at 5:30 to a job that you'll be at for 12 hours, it's kind of hard. And I don't know if anybody understands that, but especially when you have kids and you have people that you just want to be with for the rest of the night, it's hard. And so that's the situation with me, especially on Thanksgiving. I had to work. So that was me working on Thanksgiving, leaving my family. So we actually did Thanksgiving on Wednesday and then tried to do desserts on Thursday with my mom, dad, brother, mother-in-law, and her husband. And that worked out. It went pretty well, but it was just hard to leave on Thanksgiving evening. And also, it is an adjustment dealing with people's attitudes at work, doctors mainly, and just not feeling stupid when you ask the wrong thing. You don't know what you don't know, and people just don't seem to get that. They just think you're supposed to be at a level that is unobtainable right now, having been 2 months, almost 2 months on your own. You're not going to be exposed to everything, and people just don't understand that. And it is an adjustment for me coming from a business world to from where they talk to you. They talk to you differently when they're trying to tell you off. It's like a professional manner. You can call it fake, whatever. But in the nursing field, it's like it's really toxic, or the healthcare field, period. It's toxic the way they talk to you. There's bullying, and it's ridiculous. And I don't see myself working in the hospital at all in the next year. Just getting my year in. God bless me if I make it to a year, because some of this stuff it's not worth the money that it brings or the trouble that it brings. Has either happened to me or other people that I know. It's just, I don't understand how this field is built around caring, but when it comes to your coworkers, you follow a different guideline. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, with medications, I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing, and I am scared every day that I'm going to kill someone. So I carefully read through like the contraindications of medications that I don't know. And I'm slowly but surely learning applying that critical thinking. Oh, this person has a fever. I better look for Tylenol on the order. Oh, they don't have Tylenol ordered. I better contact the doctor for orders and implement cooling measures, something like that. Like I'm starting to connect the dots on what I should do. As far as my nursing knowledge, I still feel like it's gone, but I guess it'll come back to me slowly. Another patient the other day had a blood sugar of 68. Near the end of my shift, like I have 15 minutes in my shift. And of course, I didn't want to leave it for the day shift nurse to handle, so I contacted the doctor, the hospitalist, for the night, and he had already logged out, so it got forwarded to another doctor. And I contacted him to put in a sub phase to some orders because what it said in the orders was if blood sugar is below 70, follow notified doctor, follow hypoglycemia protocols. Well, in my book, hypoglycemia protocols is like giving orange juice. What is it, every 15 minutes or something? Rechecking blood sugar every 15 minutes over 3 times, something like that. But according to them, it's something different. Give D50. So I had no idea what D50 looked like. Like I thought it was an intravenous bag, but it was like this syringe filled with D50 that's very hard to push down into the IV or to do an IV push with. But luckily there was a nurse that was willing to help me with that. So that was another thing I got exposed to. But yeah, I'm slowly but surely connecting the dots on what I should do. And my report game is kind of slowly getting better. Just depends on if I have time to look up the patient's charts during my shift. And I can see that it's slowly but surely getting tougher for me, the patients that I'm getting assigned to, because I find myself constantly on my feet during my shift and not being able to sit down. And when I do, all I have time to do is chart and not be able to actually look into why my patient's actually here or their history. And so I've been learning to get a thorough report from nurses when I come on the shift, so that I'm able, if I'm not able to look it up during my shift, I have at least enough to pass on to the next shift, plus what I've done with them during my shift. So I'm getting slowly but surely, I'm getting better at that and better at giving report to my charge nurse before my shift. And so, yeah, overall, I'm just getting better. I just get discouraged and I get depressed. I just kind of cycle in between. These few days off have been just about self-care. Went on a little trip with my family yesterday to San Francisco just for no real reason other than to just get out the house, and it was just what we needed. We all needed it, and it felt good just to be with my boys and my husband and just go somewhere and enjoy ourselves, even in all this COVID stuff. But I'm just trying to be positive, focus on the scripture I have engraved on my stethoscope and know that I can do all things. My confidence, it still sucks, but I'm getting there. Just trying to listen to uplifting things on the way to work and not focus so much on the things that don't matter. Like, I know I'm there for patient care and people's attitudes shouldn't affect me much, but it does. Can't say that it doesn't. It does, and I just need to work on that to where it doesn't affect me. I just don't get this industry is all, and I don't believe I'll ever get it. And I definitely know med-surg is just not the place for me, or maybe it is, and this isn't the hospital for me. All I know is I'm grateful to have this job, especially in California. But I don't see myself sticking around. Maybe I should try L&D after this. Maybe I should try an urgent care, a doctor's office, an office setting to where I can actually be home more. And that's the thing. Part of the reason why I became a nurse is because I saw how the schedule was, and I thought that I would feel that it would be good to, be home with my kids more. And then as it turns out, it feels like I'm not here, even when I am here, or that I don't get enough time with them. Because the nurse's shift well, in the hospital, it's 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts. So it's 36 hours a week, technically, down 4 hours from what I used to work in the business setting. So I used to work 40 hours a week. Why does it feel like I have less time with my kids in nursing? It's like I'm so exhausted when I get home, and then working day shift or working night shift is like, you're off today, but you just got here this morning. So you spent a good portion of your day catching up on sleep, and then you wake up and you're here for a few hours before your kids have to go to sleep. You see what I mean? And it feels like for us, our cohort has been cheated, because not only were our clinicals cut short, but in this residency program, it was cut short by a month as well for whatever reason, which was never explained to us. And then we have people that work with us that talk to us like we're expected to know more than we know. Anyway, I don't want to complain too much. I feel like that's all I've done throughout this whole program. But I'm trying to remain confident, have some affirmations, be in that Bible, listen to things on YouTube, just to be encouraging to myself. And I know that I need to work on being here when I'm actually home and not think about work. So these are the struggles I'm dealing with as a new grad. I know that I'll get through it someday, but it's been hard. And one other good thing that happened was, like, in the beginning of November, took a trip to Yosemite. I have booked it in advance, like, end of August, I think, or September. And then near the trip date, we got a notification that there was going to be a winter storm warning. So we ended up going up there. We made it up there before the winter storm, or the storm, hit. But when we got there the next morning, it was just snowing, this beautiful snow. And my kids never saw the snow before, so it was a treat for them and for me too. And that was like the nicest, chillest cabin that I've ever been to, really. And yeah, kids loved it. I loved it. Husband loved it. It was all good. But just taking those little tiny trips like that really made a big difference. But anyway, back to work tomorrow. I don't know, I'm considering a lot of things. I had a chance to follow the wound nurse last week, and as it turns out, my hospital only has one wound nurse, and she's been the same wound nurse since I've been doing clinicals in school. And she would like some help, and I am interested in wounds. So I'm thinking about emailing her. I'm telling her that I should have my bachelor's in hand by February, because to be a wound nurse, you apparently need to have a bachelor's at that hospital. But I've also looked into programs that give you your, wound ostomy, colostomy, something like that, WCON or WCN, WOCN, I don't know, certification to be a wound nurse. But they also need like clinical hours for you to follow a wound nurse, so that would be a good opportunity. And she also says she works part-time, so I'm just trying to put my feelers out there and see what can be done. But I'd be interested in that. I'd be interested in a lot of things, y'all. But med-surg doesn't seem like it's a good fit for me right now. It's just too much racing the clock, and really I just have not really an opportunity to think. I even have like CNAs throwing shade at me. Like, there's just one CNA that just, like, I could see it in her face that she doesn't like me. Like, I'll be like, hi, how are you doing today? And she'll be like, good. Or, like, takes the opportunity to say just something that doesn't matter to me. Like, I was using the vital machine for my lethargic patient, and she saw I was about to take his temperature, and she's like, you have to put it in there twice so that it'll take it. You have to clear it. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I know that. But I'm like, okay, she just wanted to, like, try to find an opportunity to say something to me that was not, trying to help me, but just trying to make me look stupid in front of my charge nurse. So I just said, okay, thank you. But it's like, I was in the middle of, like, a bad situation with my patient. So eventually that would have dawned on me. But for right now, I was just grabbing the thermometer to try to, take his temperature. But, I appreciate her little 2 cents. But knowing how she is, I know it wasn't coming from a place of trying to help. But I've had other encounters with other CNAs that were very helpful and were teaching moments. And I really appreciate them for that. So yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling on enough. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on. It's been hard. It's been a struggle. I'm not the only one who's been struggling. School is going well, too. I'm in Capella. I have completed one class so far. I've completed all of my assignments for the second class as well. I'm just waiting for her to slowly catch up with the assignments that I've submitted because of the holidays. So by tomorrow she should have graded my last assignment, and I've already completed 2 assignments for my third class. So once the second class gets all the assignments graded, I'll be opening up my 4th class and working on that simultaneously. So I hope to have my bachelor's in hand by January. So, but I'll do a whole separate video on my feelings about Capella probably when I'm done. But I mean, I definitely like the format and the platform of the Flex Path because it really works for my life. So I will do a separate video on that. So look out for that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I would apologize for my hair looking a mess, but I really don't care. I really don't care. This isn't a beauty channel or, obviously I don't come on here wearing makeup all the time. I am a mom, I am a woman, and I don't look on fleek all the time or nearly half the time as I did when I was in my 20s. That's another thing about the place that I work. Many of them are in their 20s, and there's a disconnect between the ages of people that you work with. But I'll talk about that another time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Just wanted to update you, and I hope that your journey is going much better than mine. Wherever you are in the stage of your life, just keep going and keep the faith that you'll get there eventually. It's all hard work, and you'll be looking back on where you are today, hopefully sometime in the future, and you'll just be so happy that you made it. And I'm really speaking to myself more so. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great night, day, week, whatever. Until I see you again. Bye.